Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk, thinking right out here in the lab with the fat face. I woke up like this, so I'm like my man, woke up all fly. Sometimes I wake up disfigured, but it don't stop me from doing what I do for you. Let's go. Brightism, 25 is led by storytelling, story with a message. This message is story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in to receive them. We got a good thing going. Let's ride. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. Again, I'm having a problem moving my jaw, so sorry about that. But that's my mission. I'm on it. My goal is to get all right thinkers to know ourselves. Okay? That's my mission that I'm on for you. I'm here every day, whole face and all, doing what I do. Let's go. Know thyself. It's a question. Rhetorical, but if you don't have an answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. Let's go. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's what I do. What I do. Swole face to know. For you, appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got you. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows, but knows not that they know is asleep spiritually. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons, they reside in you. But I think to know that self, to my yacht, be true. I'm back in the books. I'm getting more lessons. I'm getting flashbacks of when I was starting learning this, so it's going to be easy lessons. So let's get involved with this one. Right, thinkers? Let's talk about the concept of the doer and the non-doer in Maat philosophy. This is a concept that you can learn something from. So that's again life lesson. Here we go. Excuse me. When you live a meditative lifestyle, you should develop along with one's formal meditation practices, which you do daily. This means acting in such a way that there is greater and greater detachment from what? From the objects and situations and greater independency. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, detachment from object situation, greater independency and peace. Where? Within oneself. When you start to get into yourself and worry less about the outside world and what's going on in it, you'll be better for that. Watch this. Now, this can only happen when there is a keen understanding of one's deeper self. You got to go inside yourself. That's where the answers are, not out there. And when you do that, the nature of the world of human experience, along with the formal meditations, practices, again, daily, and your other activities which promote what? Physical health, going to the gym, daily, diet and exercise. Eating right is important. I'll tell you, this is there's something was in it that didn't agree with me, so I got an allergic reaction. So I got to be careful. Again, like anybody else. But ordinarily, watch this. People do things in order to what? Gain some objective or derive some pleasure or a reward. I tell you, I think in philosophy is you offer self-service. That's why I broke this down to doer and non-doer. We are, you figure that as we go. Okay, see how it's a mystery. See which one you are. You a doer or you a non-doer. Okay, your choice. Now the act out, they act out of what? Unconscious. Excuse me. Most people do things for reward. Now, from a yoga or right thinking philosophy perspective, the Buddhists, they are doers in action. Why? They act out of unconscious and subconscious desire arising in the mind at any given time. We are thus beset with perpetual state of unrest and agitation. Every time we do something, I'm only going to do something if I can get something back. That's the deal maker. I tell my students, if they want to make a deal, you know who they are already. So if you want to dance with the devil, that's the deal maker. Understand who you're dealing with and understand the terms that you can make the deal on. The meditative way, now this is the in-you way. The meditative way of life means that what? Your actions are always what? Affirmations of what? Your higher knowledge and awareness, and not based on your unconscious desires and emotions of your mind. When we say the veil of ignorance is lifted, once you get knowledge of self, that means all those preconceived ideas are wiped away. Why? Because now you got knowledge. You don't have to think and hope and wish. You have understanding and knowledge. That's what the teachings is for, to give you just that, and not rely on your emotions and your unconscious decisions. Why? They're never good. Anything is not good. Anything that starts with you might not want to indulge in that. Okay? Now, watch this. The perfection. Well, nobody's perfect. The perfection in this discipline, meaning how you live, only comes with what? Practice. Daily practice. And you will perfect a lifestyle that suits you. That's what I do. That's right then philosophy's goal, to get you to have that for yourself. When this art is perfected, self-mastery, the practitioner is what? Referred to as now a non-doer. So yeah, right, thinkers, we're non-doers if it's done correct. And why? This is because even though you may be doing many things in your life, but in reality, they have discovered that what? The true rewards of life do not depend on what? The outcome of the activity or fruits and of the rewards. I don't do this for money, monetary gains. No, I do this to give to somebody who need it. That's a non-doer. I ain't looking for nothing in return. I appreciate the views and subscriptions, though. Just keeping it real. All right, let's go. Next one. The main difference between a doer and a non-doer is that what? The doer is driven by desires, egoistic desires, the self. Why? What I'm getting in return. If I do this for you, what you gonna do for me? Sound familiar? That's him. He's a doer. And when your desires, while the non-doer, a doer is designed driven by egoistic desires, while the non-doer is indifferent to what? The egoistic desires of the mind and the fruits of the action that they are performing. I do this for you. I do what I do for you. Perfect example. I can show you better than I can tell you now. The non-doer acts out of weakness. The non-doer acts out of, wakefulness, while the what? The doer acts out of what? Again, egoistic desires, filled mind, all about the self, all about what they're gonna get. When I was hustling, I'm not letting nobody get over me. You get nothing for nothing. I give you something, I'm getting something in return. Just that's the doer's mentality. Simple as that. I know. If that's what you do, you're a doer. Simple as that. So move on. I'm not going to debate and argue. I'm just giving you concepts so you can understand. And you make the decision. If this is what you do, that's what you are. You want to change it? Change it. That's your choice. Again, thus, watch this. The non-doer can never be disappointed or made unhappy. Why? Because of a situation in life, while the doer is always engaged in that roller coaster ride of elation and depression, happiness and sorrow, pain and joy, etc. Can't have one without the other. If you're a doer, you're going to suffer with the other. Why? Because you're going to expect something, you're going to want something, and when it don't happen, you're depressed. When it happens, you're happy. That's the roller coaster, okay? That's the emotional mood control, where if it's going good, you're happy. If it ain't, you're sad. It's a natural reaction. But the goal is to find that peace within yourself, to maintain that smoothness so that the situations don't change you or how you conduct yourself. That's self-mastery. That's the name of the game. And watch this. When you're doing that, you're never finding abiding peace. Why? The non-doer acts out of necessity. I'm going to do it. what I have to do. I'm going to do what I need to do. Other than that, I get to pick and choose. If you're stressed, you got to do everything, you're going to have problems. But the non-doer acts out of necessity and is primarily what? Concerned with experiencing the moment fully while carrying out the present task to perfection. Doing what I do for you, I do it to my best abilities. So I'm perfecting it by doing it every day. I get better. Simple. Not worrying about the rewards or the views in the comments. Thus, it may be said that for a non-doer, there is an immediate reward of what? Peace and joy, whereas the doer is always looking to the future or back at the past. Never focus on what's going on in the moment, the present time. So the doer is always looking either that way or that way. The non-doer, don't look, don't concern, just do. Okay, that's what I do for you. And that's why I understand that that's just your peace and happiness does not come from expectations of the future, nor do they experience sorrow due to some negative situation which what occurred in the past. If you think you can change what already happened, you're a Monday morning quarterback. And they ain't ever won a game. Why? If you worry about what you did after it's over, you missed the boat. That's why. So understand this. Your situations, which watch this, which something that occurred in the past. If you still worrying about something 10 years ago, you got personal issues. Watch this. They have discovered what a deep experience where in the present which transcends what both past and future. Thus, you experience a unique form of what peace and happiness in an integral eternal present, which you always in that state of being. Like my man Sadi Guru, he stayed grounded. All gurus and masters keep themselves in a certain area. I'm still working. I go up and down, so I ain't where I need to be. So that's why I practice every day. So, but in teaching you what I'm doing, I hope you can get the gist and work on yourself too. I'm still working. Okay. Now, watch this. When you live in eternal present, which is not affected by what? The various ups and downs of life. Smooth your life out. Simplify it. Like I just told you, simplify your life. Get all the nonsense out and smooth it out. Okay. That bumpy ride, you caused that. And it's called adversity and prosperity are what? An integral part of the human experience. You're going to experience some adverse situations, some are going to be good, and some going to be not good. But the question is, how do you handle them? Be they good or bad? A lot of people freak out when it's good and then lose their mind when it's bad. See? Roller coaster, extreme, from one extreme to the next. It's called bipolarism. Okay? You don't want to be that way. Smooth it out. Maat keeps everything equal, smoothed out. And watch this. The belief that what? That life can or should only be composed of happy and positive situations. Are you crazy? As a factor of a philosophical, that's a practice of philosophical ignorance. Will make no sense. You can't have one without the other. So have it all good. Where's the bad? If you got all bad, what's the good? So you have to have balance. That's all they try to make you understand. And watch this. If you think life is composed of happiness and situation, you're philosophically ignorant. And you have a lack of what? Reflection of history. It's already been proven. Not nothing new. Now, as a wise person, right thinking philosophers, followers, you realize that life is what? Full of adversity as well as prosperous situations. You're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days. But as long as you stay in your common ground, find your peace, them days won't matter. That's the idea. When you get better, that's what you'll see. My day is always good. When I end up at the end of the day and reflect, self-reflect on what I did. As long as I did and act like I'm supposed to, when I'm supposed to, that's a good day. All right. Now, while trying to promote what? The prosperous situation, there must be expectation of what? Adversity as well. I mean, it ain't gonna always go the way you want. Life ain't built for that, so deal with it. Now, this wisdom leads to what? understanding that the world and worldly situations cannot be relied upon as a source of what happiness. If you think the world can make you happy, you are not thinking right. Simple. There will always what arise some situations in life which will bring any form of worldly prosperity to an end. You can be flying high on Monday and shot down on Tuesday. That's how life is. Understand that? This is just a philosophical point of view to get you to understand life as you're living it. That's my point. Let me move on. I'm just done with it. So therefore, a wise person, what? Does not become attached to worldly objects, people, or situations, even while being involved with them in various situations during the normal course of life. I got friends and I got associates. Some people I care about, some people I don't. If I know you, don't mean I gotta care about you because I know you. I don't really know you like that. So understand that there's a level to this thing. Okay? General society General society believes what? That actions are to be performed for what? A goal of what? Obtaining some objective which will yield a reward. Again, that's that other guy's mentality. The socialization process teaches the individual to what? Seek to perform actions. Why? Because this is the way to attain something which will cause happiness. That's why you're still built on, if I get a new car, I'm going to be happy. Yeah, for a minute. Because you're satisfying the egoistic desires, not your higher self desires. So you keep feeding the ego, you're going to get excited, depressed. Excited, depressed. Why? Because that's how it's gonna go. It's never gonna make you truly happy. You finding yourself, knowing yourself is true happiness. That's what we're trying to get you to do for yourself. And this is the predicament that the masses of people who have not learned or studied right thinking philosophy, yoga, or the mystical philosophies such as Buddhism, Shita Booyah, or the Vedanta. The following line from the Declaration of Independence, they wrote this, watch this, illustrates this point succinctly. That means perfectly. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by who? The Creator, with certain unalienable rights, that among these are what? Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. They're not giving you happiness. You have the right to pursue happiness for yourself. That's the goal. Let me finish this up right here. So there is nothing wrong with pursuing happiness. We all do. That's what we claim we want. But it can't be a material or monetary thing. So what's real happiness? Knowing thyself quickly. And the fact that this is what the innermost drive in the human heart. The problem comes when what? This pursuit, here you go, is engaged in with a sense of ignorance and delusions which most people display every day. Most people do not know what true happiness is, so what? They pursue wealth, prodigy, fame, and the physical pleasures of the senses. In the body, you like to get freak on, yeah, 2 and 3. Give me a whole bunch of them. Just, yeah, all again. Okay, that's all ego. Along with this, there is a greater effectiveness and perfection in one's action, which is what? Actions are a type of will. Always actions of any type will always lead to some result. I read. You reap what you sow. If you do this, this is gonna happen. It ain't changed. Understand that. I'm gonna wrap it up with that one. I'm gonna take up enough time. I hope you got the lesson, the concept of doers and non-doers. Right thinker, we're doers. I mean, excuse me. Sorry, we're non-doers. Before you're the right thinker, you probably was a doer. When I get done with you, you become a non-doer. That means you know thyself. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I'm out. Sweat like a pig.